Fashion fantastic, shown by top Italian designers at Swank St. Vincent. This little item for the girl who wants lots of bows. Bright floral theme in dress and matching coat. Summery as can be. Downright delicious is this lacy item inspired by an elegant Neapolitan dessert. The designer's contribution to this number is more in what he left out than put on, but it's snappy. On more conventional lines is this ensemble, just right for an afternoon shopping, or at the cinema, or just strolling. An exuberant line of seasonal styles covering the full spectrum from trim sportswear to formal elegance. A beguiling glimpse of things to come on the fashion scene. Clever combination ensembles for swim, sun, and fun are Italy's seasonal bid for style leadership. La Bella Signorina starts the day ready for anything the sunny Mediterranean mood may bring. Chic daytime dresses that leave a gal ready to get right in the swim. The suits feature hip-slimming ruffles that look good even on them as don't need them. An exotic note is struck in this Japanese-tinged outfit. But Madame Butterfly came from Italy in the first place, and Italian fashions have proved popular indeed across the oceans. Which makes this fashion preview a pleasant prospect on this side of the Atlantic. The seasonal style line is functional as well as fashionable. All you need is bright sun and blue water for that Mediterranean mood. Cheering crowds of hundreds of thousands, Princess Margaret rides to Westminster Abbey on her wedding day. 2,000 guests in multicolored splendor await, as does the bridegroom, untitled Anthony Armstrong Jones. His father sits on the opposite side of the sanctuary from the royal family. Groom's mother, the Countess of Ross. Royalty's traditional disfavor of divorce is apparently forgotten on this glad and festive day.
Those whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder.
Solemn groom and radiantly beautiful bride make their triumphal departure. A princess who rejected royalty and high society to find the man she loved. An artistic commoner of good family and highly successful freelance photographer. Mr. Armstrong Jones and his bride, Princess Margaret, Mrs. Anthony Armstrong Jones, ride to the palace to a tumultuous ovation from the throng.
Weddings and babies were very much in the news in 1960. Belgium's King Baudouin married Princess Donna Fabiola of Spain. Britain's Queen Elizabeth, along with Prince Philip, were the proud parents of baby Prince Andrew. Japan's Prince Akihito and Princess Michiko celebrate the birth of Arihito. The Shah of Iran's marriage to his third wife, Faradiba, produced a long-sought-after male heir for the throne. But without a doubt, Baby of the Year honors went to this clan's offspring.
In Georgetown, a hopeful crowd waits for a glimpse of John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., first baby-to-be, who is whisked by, heavily swaddled against the sub-freezing weather. The President-elect and Mrs. Kennedy followed to the car. After leaving the hospital, the First Lady-to-be paid a brief visit to the White House for a housekeeping briefing by Mrs. Eisenhower. Now the President-elect and family are headed for Palm Beach, with Mrs. Kennedy appearing in good health and good spirits, and the baby back up to his original weight of 6 pounds, 3 ounces.
Barely edging out Richard Nixon, JFK became the youngest man ever to become president and the first Roman Catholic to hold the office. His vision of the future was refreshing and remarkably accurate.
To all Americans, I say that the next 4 years are going to be difficult and challenging years for us all. The election may have been a close one, but I think that there is general agreement by all of our citizens that a supreme national effort will be needed in the years ahead to move this country safely through the 1960s. I ask your help in this effort, and I can assure you that every degree of mind and spirit that I possess will be devoted to the long-range interests of the United States and to the cause of freedom around the world. Thank you.
John F. Kennedy settles into office as the 35th President of the United States, the youngest man and the first Roman Catholic ever elected to the office. The first president born in the 20th century. He comes to office after one of the narrowest elections in American history. At 43 years of age, Mr. Kennedy takes over the power that for 8 years has been vested in Dwight D. Eisenhower.
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of your ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed. To our sister republics south of our border, we offer a special pledge to convert our good words into good deeds, in a new alliance for progress, to assist free men and free governments in casting off the chains of poverty. But this peaceful revolution of hope cannot become the prey of hostile powers.
Castro marks the second anniversary of his revolution with the biggest military parade ever staged in Cuba, featuring tanks and other heavy weapons from Russia and Red Czechoslovakia. Shortly afterwards, Castro demanded the United States Embassy drastically reduce its staff to 11 persons. It was the last straw in his long campaign of provocation and harassment.
There is a limit to what the United States in self-respect can endure. That limit has now been reached.
Castro denied any Russian connections.
I know you are worried. First of all, if we are communists, and of course, I have said very clear that we are not communists.
And Kennedy denied U.S. intervention.
Well, first I want to say that there will not be under any conditions be an intervention in Cuba by United States Armed Forces.
But in April of 1961, an invasion force landed at the Bay of Pigs. Soundly defeated, the attempt permanently severed our relations with Cuba and became JFK's baptism of fire. In the meantime, the U.S. continued its military exploration.
Edwards Air Force Base, California, a B-52 mother plane carries aloft the X-15 rocket, fitted with a new and more powerful engine. The pilot, Major Bob White, already holds the unofficial world speed and altitude records set in the X-15 with a smaller engine. At 75,000 feet, Major White makes the speed run, hurtling to an estimated 2,905 miles an hour. Fastest ever for a manned craft, and fast enough to fly coast to coast in 1 hour. But the X-15's flight lasts barely 2 minutes, in which the craft's stainless steel skin heats up to a scorching 700 degrees, and the painted numerals on the tail slide back an inch or so like decals. Literally, hot stuff.